Good morning, students. This is Shanghita ma'am. Welcome back to my English literature class. Today we will continue with the Diary of Anne Frank. So, from my previous video, you came to know that Anne was born in Frankfurt in Germany. So, she was born in Germany in 1926 in Frankfurt. She had a sister and her name was Margot Frank. Her parents were Otto Frank and Edith Hollander Frank. She shared a very close relationship with her grandmother in her childhood days. Anne Frank used to stay with her grandmother in Aachen. She used to miss her grandmother after her death. She started writing her diary from 20th of June 1942. So she had written in her diary that the entire class is shaking with fear. The teachers will decide in the next meeting who will move up to the next class and who will be kept back. Anne Frank realizes that at least there are about a quarter of students who are totally worthless and should be kept back. But it is difficult to predict about the decision of the teachers. So she is not much worried about herself and her other friends. She is not very sure about maths. She has good relations with her teachers. Mr. Kissing, the maths teacher, is an old-fashioned teacher. He doesn't like Anne Frank because she talks too much in the class. So Mr. Kissing warned her several times, and after that he assigned her an extra homework to write an essay on the subject a chatterbox. Chatterbox means a person who talks too much, and thought about the essay after she finished her homework in the evening of that day. After thinking for a while, she wrote 3 pages where she justified her talking. She argued that talking is a student's characteristic habit, that she would try her best to keep it under control. But she would never be able to cure herself of the habit, as she inherited this habit from her mother, who is also used to talk as much as her. So she inherited this quality from her mother, so that is why it cannot be changed very easily. Mr. Kissing laughed at the argument, but when she talked again in the class, he assigned her a second essay as punishment. This time the essay was an incorrigible chatterbox, meaning that cannot be corrected. Something that cannot be corrected. But Anne could not give up the habit of talking in the class. So as a punishment, Mr. Kissing asked her to write an essay on an unusual title. "Quack, quack, quack," said Mistress Chatterbox. Anne, with the help of her friend San, wrote this essay in the form of a poem. It was a satire on Mr. Kissing, but Mr. Kissing took the joke in the right way. He read the poem to Anne's class and the other classes as well, as he enjoyed the poem very much. He allowed Anne to talk in the class and never gave her an extra homework again. So the diary of Anne Frank vividly depicts the student-teacher relationship, the class atmosphere and discipline. and talked a lot in the class, and she was punished by Mr. Kissing, her maths teacher. He asks her to write essays as punishment, which is learning in disguise, as he wanted her to focus on studies. His punishment enhanced Anne's thinking ability, her creative skill, and her imagination. The relationship between Anne Frank and Mr. Kissing is clearly a lively and a humorous one, as they both try to joke with each other, but in a very humorous and healthy way, giving proper respect to each other. Such a healthy student-teacher relationship is much needed everywhere in the class for effective teaching and learning experience. Now let us come to the theme of the essay. The Diary of Anne Frank and the given extract is one of the most authentic works describing the atrocities committed on the Jews during the Nazis' occupation of the Netherlands in 1940s. It also provides an intimate account of daily life that her small group led in hiding in Amsterdam. Her frankness, honesty, and sincerity of description of her parents, friends, and teachers make her writing the most important document of the Holocaust period. The entries of sounds of guns, sirens, and airplanes continue to create an image of war seen in front of the reader's eyes. So the main theme of the novel is the horror of war faced by the Jews at that time. So I hope, children, that you have understood this text and you have enjoyed your reading today. Thank you.